genuinely wanataka mabadiliko.
This week on Weekly News Recap.
Kuna watu genuinely wanataka mabadiliko.
Kujeni na mkokoteni zenyu, kujeni na wheelbarrow.
From political shifts.
What is a popular government and what is a populist government?
The issue is governance and integrity.
To groundbreaking discoveries, uncovering the stories that shape our world.
Mambo haiko fiti. Hii serikali haitupeleki vizuri hata kidogo.
Join us.
Good afternoon, it's 3 p.m. and welcome to our news recap today being on 25th of March 2026. My name is David Munene. Now, on to our first story. The suspect behind the acid attack on Mary has been arraigned in Nairobi following his arrest. New details have followed emerge indicating the suspect, Elvis Opio, had previously been reported for allegedly injuring Claire, accusation he denied in court. Opio will remain in custody for 5 days as detectives finalize investigation into attempted murder along Gong Road near Prestige Plaza on Tuesday, March. Purity Macharia with more details.
The suspected mastermind was finally arrested and appeared before the Kibera Law Court where he faced 2 charges. The first charge relates to an incident on November 25, 2025, when Claire was allegedly assaulted and later filed a police report. However, the suspect was neither arrested nor investigated at the time.
The time he was arrested, he alleged that he was sent to do the heinous act by a person known to him. And at the time he was being arrested, he confessed to the public that he was sent by someone known to him, and at that time he received a call which was heard from someone who was asking him if he has done with the operation he was sent to do.
The second charges relate to an attempted murder. Detectives had sought 7 days to complete investigations, but the court granted them 5 days.
The respondent is granted bond terms only of Kenya shillings 1 million with a surety of similar amount. Should he fail to procure the said bond terms, I will allow the respondent to be held at the Kibera police station for 5 days for the investigations to be completed.
Investigators sought more time to analyze their suspect phone records from the day of the incident in a bid to triangulate whether Elvis had communicated with Claire before the attack and whether he was in contact with the man allegedly to have poured the acid on Claire on March 17, 2026. It is established that minutes after Claire was attacked, Elvis appeared at the same facility where she had been rushed for first aid. At 4:04 p.m., Claire is seen entering Equity Afia Hospital along Gong Road. About an hour later, Elvis is captured on CCTV footage entering the facility before leaving shortly after Claire is wheeled in. His presence at the hospital has raised suspicion among investigators that he may have knowledge of the attack. As Claire continues to receive treatment at Kenyatta National Hospital, another suspect, Lucas Ochieng, will remain in custody for 10 more days as the investigation continues. Purity Masharia reporting for TAS TV.
Truly horrible. Now on to our second story. Authorities in Kericho County are investigating a suspected mass grave where 14 bodies are said to be unharmed as part of ongoing fraud. The Directorate of Criminal Investigation has already arrested 2 suspects to assist the investigation. When this dismisses claims surrounding the alleged mass grave, Fidel Murithi with more details about this story.
The DCI has launched a major probe in Kericho County following the discovery of a suspected mass grave where 14 bodies are said to be exhumed. Authorities say the exhumation exercise is aimed at establishing the identities of the deceased and uncovering the circumstances surrounding their death. 5
people who recorded statements. The caretaker, who is actually an employee of the NCCK, National Cricket Church of Kenya, so far is is in custody within Kericho Police Station.
The county government of Kericho has not been involved in all these things. It is a private.
Forensic experts have already been deployed to the site as investigation intensify. The DCI has also confirmed the arrest of 2 individuals believed to be key suspects. The duo is currently in custody and is assisting detective with crucial information that could shed light on the chilling discovery. Despite growing public concern, investigators have dismissed claims surrounding the Kericho mass grave, cautioning against speculation and urging residents to remain calm as investigation continue.
This matter was hyped and made sensational by the social media. There wasn't anything like a mass. We were able to establish that these were bodies transferred from Nyamira District Referral Hospital to a private cemetery in Kericho belonging to NCC.
Residents of the area have expressed shock and fear, with many calling on authorities to expedite the processes and ensure justice for the victims. The DCI say it remains committed to conducting thorough and transparent investigation, with the results from the exhumation expected to play a critical role in determining the next course of action.
Watu wamekuwa na amaki, hataki kuwa na hasira alafu tupigwe marisasi hapa bure. Tunataka tufanye kazi, hawa watu wa exhume body kama inapelekwa kwa hii mochari yetu tujue ni nani ambao walitolewa na wako na tujue ni nini ambayo inaendelea. We need to be told the truth.
The Directorate of Criminal Investigations went to court for an order of exhumation, and we have visited the courts and confirmed.
Fidel Moreidi reporting for TAS TV.
Now on to other story. Relief has swept across the country as a former Cabinet Secretary Raphael Tuju refuses after days of uncertainty of his whereabouts. His sudden disappearance has sparked widespread concern with leaders and members of public calling for answers and assurance about his safety. While details surrounding his absence remain unclear, his reappearance now shifts to focus on what exactly during what he's missing. Kenyans are await for his account for veterinarian police station. John Boy has more.
After a period of speculation and concern, Raphael Tuju has finally reappeared, putting to rest growing fears over his safety. Details about where he had been remain limited, but sources close to the situation confirm that he is safe and in stable condition.
Unfortunately, on Saturday evening, I was supposed to be going for an interview at Ramogi Radio. I had made a commitment to go there. Then again, the same vehicle, a Land Cruiser, and this time a little bit more concerning. The vehicle didn't have plate numbers, and by the time I reached Karen roundabout, they really closed in. And now they're definitely making sure that back to back with me. So fortunately, I know Karen well. I branched into Nandi Road.
Tuju's sudden disappearance had sparked widespread attention, with the leaders and members of the public calling for information and urging authorities to ensure his security. His reappearance has since shifted focus to understanding the circumstances that led to his absence.
And the truth of the matter is there's an abduction squad in town.
I'm traumatized. I don't want to discuss about what happened, but it's a very, very bad state that we are in.
He was yet to give a full account incident suggestion that he is expected to address the public soon. Authorities may also launch inquiries to establish what transpired during the period he was missing.
Absolutely no reason not to believe what he has just said. And the truth of the matter is there's an abduction squad in town.
As more details emerge, Kenyans now await an official statement from Raphael Tuju to shed light on the events surrounding his disappearance and return. Reporting for TAS TV, Vika, County of Kiambu, I'm Joan Wambui.
Now into the world of film. Film actor popularly known as Chuck Norris has passed away after battling an illness for a long time. His death has brought sadness around the world, with people sending their condolences. David Munene with more details. World is in deep sorrow following the passing of Chuck Norris, a man who was more than just a star. Known for his powerful roles in action movies, the beloved series Walker, Texas Ranger, he touched millions of hearts across the globe. Today, fans are not celebrating the mourning of a legend, but also remembering a man who stood for strength, courage, and hope. Beyond the screen, Chuck Norris was a source of inspiration. His kindness, hard work, and dedication to helping others made him admired by many. As tributes continue to pour in, the world reflects to the world and the life that he lived, motivation to many. Though he's gone, his legacy will never fade. His stories, his work, and his spirit will continue to inspire generations to come. Reporting from TAS TV, I'm David Munene. Now back to Kenya. Kenya Airways is recording a sharp rise in passengers number, with flights now operating at near capacity. The surge is linked to global travel interruption caused by the tension in the Middle East, forcing many travelers to reunite through Nairobi. Our reporter Edwin Morioki has more.
A changing global travel map is working in favor of Kenya Airways. The airline said the demand has surged significantly, with flights now operating at near maximum capacity. Travelers from Europe, Asia, and North America are increasingly choosing Nairobi as their key transit point, avoiding airspace affected by the ongoing tension in the Middle East. For Kenya Airways, these shifts present both an opportunity and a challenge. Where revenues are expected to improve, the airline must quickly scale up operations to meet the growing demand.
And we see usually about 72% of the aircraft, which is usually full, and you have about 30% or 28% usually empty. Today we have on those routes, we exceeded the 90 and 95% of cabin factor. So we exceeded about 95% of the cabin factor in some routes. Some routes even we're almost 99%.
Plans are already underway to introduce additional flights on busy routes, as well as strengthen partnership to expand its global reach. However, aviation experts warn that the situation remains fluid and the airline must remain cautious amid fluctuating fuel costs and geopolitical uncertainties. Reporting for TAS TV, Nairobi, my name is Edwin Morioki.
We take a commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
This week on Weekly News Recap.
Kuna watu genuinely wanataka mabadiliko. Kujeni na mkokoteni zenyu, kujeni na wheelbarrow.
From political shifts.
What is a popular government and what is a populist government?
The issue is governance and integrity.
To groundbreaking discoveries, uncovering the stories that shape our world.
Mambo haiko fiti. Hii serikali haitupeleki vizuri hata kidogo.
Join us every Friday for a comprehensive look at the news that matters.
Hospitali imejaa kwa sababu services ziko.
News Recap, your essential source for informed
Hello, my name is Claire Kinaga. I've been at Natachi in TAS TV for the last 3 months and I'm almost concluding my attachment. My journey here has been good, it has been productive. In news production, we've learned about news scripting, news sourcing, voice-over recording, news anchoring, reporting, and also editing.
Welcome to TAS TV. We bring you the latest stories making headlines.
Welcome to TAS TV. We bring you the latest story making headlines. I'm Mercy Chumba.
Karibu katika runinga ya TAS, usemezane nami.
In graphics, we've learned about creating lower thirds, creating posters and motion graphics. When it comes to camera operation, we've been taken through photography, video recording, and lighting.
Ndio unaingia in 15 seconds. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take.
And welcome to TAS TV. We bring you the latest stories making headlines.
Apart from that, most of us have gained camera confidence Since we've been given a chance to host shows, draft scripts, produce and direct for the same.
Penzi mtazamaji, kama kawa kama dawa uko ndani ya sayari. Hapa ni TAS TV ambapo mtakuwa wako Atacho Badia.
Nami Claire Nyokabi, grateful for the mentorship and skills I gained at TAS TV. I definitely recommend anyone interested in media attachments.
Now, welcome back. Moving on to our second bulletin. Kenya loses about 4 newborns every hour, mostly children, and 5 due to gasp care in homes from health facilities. Experts at Maternal and Children Care Conference in Nairobi say many deaths are preventable with better health care access. Munene with more details.
With an estimated 4 infants dying every hour, translating to about 92 deaths daily. Latest data further shows that more than 66% of these fatalities occur among children under the age of 5, raising concern among health stakeholders over persistent gaps in child health care delivery.
7 counties are in the red. That means their newborn mortality rate is more than 22. There's 19 counties in the yellow, meaning their newborn mortality rate is at between 13 and 21. And there are only 2 counties in the green, meaning the goal we are aiming for less than 12, only 2 counties have achieved.
Experts speaking at the ongoing International Maternal, Newborn and Child Health Conference in Nairobi attributed many of the deaths to systematic challenges across the continuum of care, ranging from inadequate support at the household level to limited capacity and resources within health facilities. They noted that delays in seeking care, shortages of skilled health workers, and weak referral system continue to undermine efforts to improve survival rates.
As we celebrate progress, we must confront reality with honesty and urgency. Maternal mortality remains unacceptably high. Newborn deaths and stillbirths have persisted. This is not only Kenya's challenge, but a shared global challenge, particularly across the low and middle income countries.
Medical professionals emphasize that majority of the deaths are preventable through timely interventions, improved access to quality services, and strengthened coordination at all levels of care.
One car investment case has shown us that if we fully implement what is already before us, Kenya can prevent more than 45,000 deaths by 2030. Think about that for a moment. 45,000 mothers, babies, and children.
Call for increased investment in maternal and child health programs, community awareness initiatives, and policy reforms aimed at enhancing healthcare outcomes for mothers and young children. Reporting for TAS TV, I'm Munene.
Now into the world of economics. A shortage of oil has been reported across several filling stations in the country, sparkling concern among motorists and general public, especially in the capital city Nairobi. Long queues have been witnessed in major town as drivers scramble to secure the limited supply available of commodity. Our own Kaili.
The situation, which began earlier this week, has seen many fuel stations either run dry or ration the commodity, leaving motorists stranded and businesses disrupted. In some areas, drivers have been forced to wait for hours while others continue to search from one station to another in hopes of finding fuel. Transport operators have expressed frustration over the shortage, warning that the crisis could lead to increased fares and delays in service delivery if the situation persists.
Mafuta imekuwa challenge kwetu. Petrol station ukiingia unaambiwa hakuna, ukiingia ingine unaambiwa hakuna, so we are wondering hii mambo itaendelea hivyo mpaka lini. But I'm hoping the government will sort out.
So hii 500 napiga hesabu ya trip kama 2 ama 3 kama ni fupi fupi.
So nikishamaliza trip kama 3 zangu, hesabu zangu ya 500, alafu niingie kwa the next petrol station nipate hakuna. Unajua sasa inanifanya nimeanza kuwa na wasiwasi.
Industry players have attributed the shortage to supply chain disruptions, linking the same to the ongoing war in the Middle East and other parts of the world, although details remain unclear.
Sidhani vile mafuta inaweza kuwa tu imekosekana just all of a sudden. Na tunajua mafuta iko, so ni watutolee mafuta tuweze kusukuma nchi.
The government, however, has assured the public that measures are being put in place to restore normal supply and stabilize the situation.
Meaning that we might have the stocks, but we as business people are not able to sell. Why? Because the price we are getting the product at is higher than the price that we are supposed to sell at. And we are again saying, the government has said it is going to pay subsidies. But how can the government pay a subsidy of 70 shillings per litre? That's a lot of money. And which business person has the money? This is almost double the cost that we were using before.
As uncertainty continues, Kenyans and some leaders led by Kiharu Member of Parliament Honorable Dindi Nyoro are now calling for a quick intervention to prevent further disruption to transport and economic activities, calling on EPRA and the government to act swiftly.
The same way they added the 7 shillings of fuel levy through a gazette notice, now a time has come for them to reciprocate to Kenyans. Kenyans have been paying this additional VAT for the last 3 years. Kenyans have been paying the additional fuel levy for the last many months when the global oil prices were falling. Now that there is a reversal of that, it is now on the side of government to also reciprocate by cutting VAT from the current 16% to even 0, and also thinking about how to denounce and recede the 7 shillings fuel levy.
Authorities are expected to provide further updates as efforts to resolve the crisis continue. Reporting for TAS TV, I am Prince Motuma Kailikia.
Now to the farmers in Baringo County are in heavy losses after birds submerged vast maize farms, leaving destruction in days of rainfall caused rivers to burst their banks, sweeping across the fields in areas in Margaret and Edulwa. What would crop a lot of farm land with stocks either washed away or let not down, stagnant.
Farmers in Baringo County are counting heavy losses after floods submerged vast maize farm, leaving destruction in their wake. Days of relentless rainfall caused rivers to burst their banks, sweeping across field in areas like Marigat and Eldome.
Saa 7 ndio tunaanza kuona maji. Wajamaa wangu hapa waniambia ndio maji mdosi, ndio maji biwot. Nikaambia sasa tuko ile tumefuna iende nyumbani. Tukaokoa gunia 102. Hii maji ikafukuza watu 60. Nikaita lori warudisha. Hii maji ikakuja. Tulikuwa tumekata eka 7 mahindi iko chini. Na ile tulikuwa tumefuna ilikuwa eka 2.5. So hii maji, hii mahindi hapa unaona. Maji ilikuwa sasa hii imefunika hii mahindi na sasa itaosa.
What once stood as a promising crop ready for harvest is now waterlogged farmland, with maize stalled either washed away or left to rot under stagnant flood water. The impact on farmers has been devastating. Many small-scale growers who depend entirely on maize for both food and income have lost entire season worth of investment.
Na waizani wengine wasaidia wao watu, sababu mambo na neti, mambo na chakula pia, sababu wanaishi kwa jirani hawako kwao, ili nao watoto wapate pia neti na wapate chakula.
Some had already harvested their crops only to see stored maize destroyed by the floods, with hundreds of acres affected. Families now face uncertain future, struggling to recover from losses that threaten both their livelihood and flood security.
Na sasa hipo wanakuja, ukiangalia kwa wakulima wako hapa ndani walipoteza magunia wanafuna, hizo zinakuja kula. Na sasa ukiangalia mashamba jioni maipo zinakuja sunguka. Crocodiles pia ilikuja mpaka ilitaka karibu ingie choo. Ipo majirani hapa kwa Biot jana. Na sasa tuko na risk hizi manyoka. Sasa hii maji imesumbua, ile magunia jana ilikuwa imefunwa. Sinakuja ingia hiyo ndani ya hiyo magunia. Tukibeba ni Mungu tunachunga watu kwa sababu so far so good hakuna mtu aliumwa, lakini manyoka mingi zilipatikana ndani ya magunia.
Isaac Timayo reporting for TAS TV.
Now, a growing youth-driven campaign known as Tuko Kadi is gaining attention across people to take part in shaping national future ahead of this report on the ground has more.
Young people across the country are increasingly rallying behind a growing civic movement known as Tuko Kadi. The phrase, popular on social media and in community discussions, is encouraging the youth to register as voters and take part in sharpening the nation's future.
Siri ni numbers, yeah. So mkue kadi wote ndio we get to change the government. We need change as a country. Like we need change next year.
Tunazidi kuaje vijana everywhere across the country, mali huko jitokeze tuchukue kura because tunataka mwongozo mpya, new leadership na tunataka maendeleo.
Waendelee kuchukua kura. They know what they're supposed to do. Us, we know personally what we are going to do. We're not going to make the same mistake again.
The movement, largely driven online, is pushing awareness about the importance of having a voter's card ahead of the next general election. Many young people say campaign is about ensuring their voices are heard and their vote.
What motivated me to become a voter is it's high time we actually stood our ground and took accountability for the future we actually want, voting leaders who will actually work for the people instead of against the people.
From universities to urban neighborhoods, conversation around leadership, accountability and civic participation are gaining momentum. Supporters believe the movement could significantly influence voter turnout among the first-time voters. As message continues to spread, organizers say the goal is simple: empower the youth and remind them that change begins at the ballot. Reporting for TAS TV, my name is Alan Ochieng.
Speaking in Mombasa in a forum challenges facing widows, harmful tradition and the community initiative to continue. Mudeo reports.
Widows from across the country are calling on the government to create a dedicated widows fund to help them start development projects and improve their livelihoods.
So tunafurahia, tunaona tuko na watu wanatupenda. Na ndio maana tulionelea ya kwamba tuwe wamama wenye nguvu.
Speaking during a conference in Mombasa, the women said many widows continue to face discrimination and isolation within their communities. They blamed outdated cultural practices for locking them out of social and economic opportunities, leaving them struggling to support their families.
Aswa kama hawa wazee walioachwa na wake zao, imekuwa ni shida kwao. Kwa ajili mzee kuamka asubuhi kutayarisha watoto, kuwafulia manguo, na ndiye anaenda kutafuta riziki yao ama hela ndiposa aweze kusomesha watoto wake, inakuwa ni tatizo kuu sana kwao.
They argued that a government-backed fund would provide them with the same level of support already extended to vulnerable groups such as the elderly and the youth through existing social protection programs.
Sisi pia tunaomba wajane, sisi pia ni binadamu kama wengine, lakini njia ndio hatuna, lakini sasa tunaomba serikali ikitukubalia, ituangalie, sisi pia tutafurahia kama wengine.
The widows say such an initiative would restore dignity and help them achieve financial independence. Reporting for TAS TV, I'm Susan Mudeu.
Now that marks the end of a 3 p.m. news. See you next time.
Week on Weekly News Recap.
Kuna watu genuinely wanataka mabadiliko. Kujeni na mkokoteni zenyu
kujeni na wheelbarrow.
From political shifts.
What is a popular government and what is a populist government?
The issue is governance and integrity.
To groundbreaking discoveries, uncovering the stories that shape our world.
Mambo haiko fiti.
Hii serikali haitupeleki vizuri hata kidogo.
Informed perspectives.
Hello, my name is Claire Kinaga. I've been at Natachi in TAS TV for the last 3 months and I'm almost concluding my attachment. My journey here has been good, it has been productive. In news production, we've learned about news scripting, news sourcing, voice-over recording, news anchoring, reporting, and also editing.
Welcome to TAS TV. We bring you the latest stories making headlines.
Welcome to TAS TV. We bring you the latest story making headlines. I'm Masi Chumba.
Karibu katika runinga ya TAS, usemezane nami.
In graphics, we've learned about creating lower thirds, creating posters and motion graphics. When it comes to camera operation, we've been taken through photography, video recording and lighting.
Video unaingia in 15 seconds and in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and take.
And welcome to TAS TV. We bring you the latest stories making headlines.
Apart from that, most of us have gained camera confidence since we've been given a chance to host shows, draft scripts, produce and direct for the same.
Mpenzi mtazamaji, kama kawa kama dawa uko ndani ya sayari. Hapa ni TAS TV ambapo nitakuwa wako Atacho Badia.
Nami Claire Nyokabi. I'm grateful for the mentorship and skills I gained at TAS TV. I definitely recommend anyone interested in media attachment.